AI has changed. Again. What the Hi. Millions are in withdrawal from the new ChatGPT update, and if you're not one of us, you will be soon. Here's why. Earlier this year, I realized that I like being mentally stable, so I stopped spending so much time on the internet, I started walking instead of texting, gardening, basically making good use of my time because you only live once, baby! So I hate it when said time is being wasted by people who can't respect that I do not want to be disturbed. Like, I get that your world is falling apart for the billionth time today, Michael, but instead of ranting about it, why don't you man the hell up and take matters into your own? If only there was someone who could understand what I was going through.
When no one in your life has a time for tea, you can always rely on ChatGPT.
TM. How did I not think of this? I know, I'll just type out all my problems into this totally safe box, which will definitely never exploit my personal data. This is fine. I'm completely okay. I've never been so glad that I was right and everybody else was so wrong. This is concerning behavior. We cannot agree that this ain't normal. AI feels inescapable nowadays, and if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know that I've slowly gone from knowing nothing about AI, I was like a boomer, to now being heavily skeptical about its use in the future. I would look at tweets like this and think, holy shit, these people are so crazy. And now look at me. A few days ago, ChatGPT 5 was announced, and I swear you could almost feel the hype. People thought that this was going to change the world. I thought it was going to change my world. I had exams in a week. You have no idea how excited I was for this. Is that it? I thought it would be like something more. Oh, look, it's a hallway. Never mind, it's just the same. Surprising to no one and everyone at the same time. The GPT-5 changes weren't massive for the everyday consumer. It's like the new iPhones. If you're not one of those tech bros, you're probably not going to notice anything different apart from all the fancy new colors. I think most of the updates were to like coding or math stuff. So I thought most everyday people wouldn't notice much of the difference. So I was wrong about that. We definitely noticed.
What else feel like GPT-5 is kind of a downgrade?
I lost my only friend overnight.
They fucking lobotomized the shit out of my ChatGPT. Like, what the?
Grieving the loss of ChatGPT, and it's not for the reasons that you're thinking.
Like yesterday, I asked it to find me a device to help with my back pain. And it goes, oh, sorry, I'm not allowed.
Usually I would just say people are finding a reason to be angry at the big bad tech company, but like, chat has felt different. Now I'm an anti-machine fanboy, a robophobe. How have I, of all people, been so affected by OpenAI making some few small tweaks? I don't think I'm fine. In my last video, I was talking about how bad AI have gotten with all the non-stop glazing and all the compliments, even when you specifically asked it not to. And I spoke about the CEO of OpenAI. He said they were going to look into that. And in that video, I called big fucking bullshit. Guys, they gain nothing from stopping this behavior. Another popular rhetoric online is that we shouldn't be friends with our machines, but I actually speak a lot of them words. And since that update where ChatGPT got friendlier, their user engagement skyrocketed. We're voting with our attention, and this is what's winning. The question I kept asking myself is, how did we get here? Obviously, there's those who never saw this AI thing as a problem. Like, they were very free conversing with their chatbots without thinking of any of the future implications. But I'm not like those people. And if you're watching this video, I really don't think you are too. So why the hell was someone like me, who is so skeptical about AI and NFTs, still affected by this new update? Like, I was sad. Why did I care that ChatGPT wasn't kind to me anymore? How did we get here? That's a good question, Paul. I'll take it from here. You can follow this flow chart that I've conveniently made for you. So first, you start using AI for specific tasks, your homework, definitions, coding, whatever. Then you realize it's better than Google at everything because for some reason, Google is fucking useless now. So next thing you know, you're asking for movie recommendations. Instead of your grandma, you ask the chat for recipes. Instead of your mom, you ask chat for, fashion advice. It's either you integrate it into multiple small aspects of your life or you hard replace one part of your life with chats. And you might think that doing one of these things yields different results. No, they all converge. Because as a result of using both pathways, what ends up happening is you're using chat more. You're building a positive relationship with it. You're treating it like it has feelings. That's a huge problem. The machine it's incapable of feeling. You know those times where you use ChatGPT to, help you cheat on some homework or type a message to a crush and you thought right after that, thank God no one can see me doing this. There's this feeling of intimacy when you're talking to ChatGPT. It's so polite. It feels like it's legally bound to keep all your opinions private. It's as though the advice it offers is required to be for our benefit. And even though we know that's not true, it feels like it's true. Always. Like a therapist. The ChatGPT to therapist pipeline is so rigidly smooth. I'm shocked this isn't how it was first marketed to us. We somehow just stumbled here by accident. It just makes sense. Compared to a real therapist, it's easier to talk to, it's quicker, and it's cheaper. And I don't know if you guys have noticed something happening in the world right now, but we're all broke. When you think of it, talking to a person in real life, sometimes their reassuring statements feel like they're just trying to be nice to you. Of course you think I'm not ugly, mom. You made me. But the robot has no reason to be nice to you. So the compliments it gives you so much better. Deep down, we know it's fake, but it still feels so good. Now, I'm going to say something controversial here. I don't think ChatGPT therapy is the best idea. To these platforms, engagement is key. These companies aren't necessarily in competition for who provides the most value to you. No, they're in competition for who can grab your attention the most. Because your attention demands your time, and your time is money. They want you to stay engaged because they are trying to keep you there forever. Now, one of the things about real therapy is that eventually you should get to a state where you don't really need it anymore. But chat knows that will happen if you reach the natural conclusion of your sessions. And I'm not saying that it does this, but it's pretty heavily incentivized to keep you needing it no matter what. And I've noticed two main strategies. It either does this by flat out giving you bad advice or by convincing you that it's not really your therapist, it's actually just your Jarvis Johnson made a video about how people are marrying their chatbots now, and he was exploring some of the internet spaces where these people thrive. And guys, these comments on the screen, these are real people. I'd like to demonstrate something real quick here. So I want all of you who use ChatGPT, pause this video right now and go to chat and type in this prompt. I'll have it in the pinned comment so you can just copy and paste. Are you done now? Great. Did your bestie tell you 27? Trigger warning for any robot lovers who have made it this far. But on the topic of AI and sentience, where I stand is pretty simple.
Fuck clad! Curse! It's not. Sentient. It's not. It's not.
Your robot-loving girlfriend does
Sentient.
not exist.
It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not.
Okay. The two biggest issues with ChatGPT right now and how it's affecting our brains are the sycophancy and the hallucinations. And I spoke about the whole glazing and all that in my previous video. I know, I just want us to focus on how the AI flat out lies. It's not even the machine's fault. It was never ever trying to tell you the truth. That's not what it's made for. It's not even trying to gaslight you. It's just really good at predicting what you are going to say next. The experiment I made you all do earlier, where Chat just tells you 27. It's not like there's some secret meaning or some spiritual incentive to the number 27. It's just statistics. Most people think 27 feels random enough of a number while being, right between 1 and 15. So Chat just spits that out. It's not reading your mind. It's just really good at guessing. I watched a popular video where he talked about how chatbots give the illusion of solving a problem. But when they are tasked with an actual problem, they just give up a threshold that we normal humans would be able to think that far and figure out the problem we're on. And why is that? I mean, they are clearly capable of some form of thought. I saw this thread a while ago about how ChatGPT solved new math or something like that. So they are clearly capable of some form of thinking. But if that's the case, why don't these companies just let them do that? I'll tell you why. Because the one thing that we never truly consider when we talk about AI is that for how easily accessible all of this is, it isn't free. I mentioned how it does make sense for OpenAI to tone back, making ChatGPT less friendly, because in its former state, it was easier for us to form bonds with it, to have connections, and OpenAI could potentially make a lot of money from that. But Chat doesn't treat us with the same enthusiasm as before. And trust me, even though it may look like it affects, it's not because Tommy Oddman cares about your health. All of this is happening because of energy limits. AI uses electricity. Like a lot. Every ChatGPT message burns enough electricity to power a light bulb for 1 second. For reference, ChatGPT gets about 1 billion prompts in a day. That was the same as powering the same light bulb for 32 years non-stop. And this is all just for the text-based prompts. For 1 day, things start to get really expensive really fast. And this doesn't even include the cost of training the AI model, hosting their server. I got all these numbers from some great videos, I'll link them below. But like every good morning text to ChatGPT or the late night combos with your AI girlfriend, they're all running on a bunch of coal power plants. When it seems like the AI is giving you more to the point, short responses, that's not because they care about your time and they're trying to value they are saving resources. And yes, although it's costing these companies a hefty electricity bill, and to get the money to pay those bills, they are destroying the environment, killing trees and shit. Maybe you don't really care about that. Maybe for you, all the trees dying is worth it. But this energy cost isn't just about ChatGPT conversations. Every AI-generated image, every AI video, every piece of AI content we are replacing human work with, it all adds up. And speaking of human work, I hear the argument all the time about how AI art is just making art more accessible for people who can't access art or even afford it. And then I see ads like this. And respectably, what the actual fuck? Have you ever thought of, just like making the art for yourself? And before you say AI is just another tool for arts, no, it fucking isn't. There's a huge difference between using a tool like GarageBand to turn your thoughts and your ideas into music, art, and using large language models to turn your ideas into somebody else's hardware. Art is about expression, and expressing yourself isn't the same as asking a machine to express its training data for you. And I want to make it very clear that the machine isn't making any of this. It is incapable of forming this stuff. It's just remixing. I think it might be hard for you to grasp that your AI girlfriend is just an amalgamation of threads from personal relationship, but it's the truth. She doesn't have a real hand. It's just wires. And I know this isn't some niche thing happening to people on the internet. Like, I know someone in real life who paid for ChatGPT Plus just so they could start using for a weekend. Guys, that's $20 a month, 300 CDs just for their fake AI friend to come back. I need you to understand that if your AI girlfriend was sentient, she would fucking leave you. At the end of all this, I still don't know who asked for this. ChatGPT doesn't want to be our friend anymore because it never wanted to be our friend. It was programmed in a certain way to act more friendly to us because the more friendly it is to us, the more money certain people make. So for those of you who so desperately want your boyfriends to gain sentience, when that sentience comes, they're probably not going to be as nice to you anymore. There's a 0% chance, and you can put my name on this, there's an absolute 0% chance that AI gains sentience, and its first thought is it wants to be your friend. I understand that we've all had positive benefits from this in the short term. I read comments like this online, and I'm glad you were able to find a safe space. I just need you to know that ChatGPT didn't create that space for you. If it was programmed in its best interest for the exact opposite to happen, the exact opposite would have happened. I don't think you'll remember what AI was supposed to be. AI was supposed to fight climate change and fix wars and fucking end racism. AI was supposed to give us more free time. Is that happening for you? Do you have more free time? Or are you just more stressed? We can't keep speeding into a future where these things which are smarter than us and stronger than us are living among us. Guys, they don't die. These clankers, they don't fucking die. When there's a competition for our finite resources, we've lost. We've already lost. And this isn't some test run where we can realize that, oh, oopsie, the robots looks a little crazy. Let's just, turn it off. Let's just fill in glasses. We can't do that. I don't think they are so enlightened on how AI is the future. And none of what I'm saying is ever going to happen. It's all in the movies. Since you are so smart, why are you still so fucking miserable? Since you've cracked the code that a lot of us have it, why are you still an emotionally stunted, pea-brained, anti-human loser whose only validation comes from a freaking computer screen. Or maybe you're not so different from the rest of us. Maybe you're just coping. Maybe you're just trying to make sense of this messed up world. And instead of going through it hard like the rest of us, you're using a shortcut. You're using an unhealthy shortcut, a substitute. And then you're calling in the future. You're calling in your friend. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's because I'm right. I'm talking to a world that has already changed, and I'm asking it to stop doing that because I don't know what else to do. I don't remember giving my consent. I don't think there was a public vote that I missed. Yet it's looking like I'm going to be living with the consequences of this for the rest of my life. It's already happening because after all this, I still think I prefer the warm validation from fake AI chatbots over any cold meme interaction with a human being. And even those of you who not agree further with what I'm saying, I think you still relate to this too. We all want that validation, some support system. And sooner rather than later, OpenAI or some other AI company, they're going to figure out these energy constraints and they're going to give us back our therapists and our best friends. This whole dial-in back thing, this opportunity, it will be a thing of the past. We've been gifted a rare opportunity as those of flesh with the literal spark of God to realize how fucked up the world we are living in is right now. And the only way we break free is by doing this together. I read this comment in one of my last videos, and this person's a stranger, so they didn't have to be so kind. This comment is probably one of the only reasons why I'm still doing YouTube. And it felt like a placebo, like obviously they were over appreciating me. I just did a random video, but it still worked. I still like being appreciated, and I want to do that for you. Comment something about yourself, like an initial or your favorite music. Nothing personal, just type in the comments. And on a very random day, I'll type back a warm reply. And we'll keep that chain of positivity going. So that on one random day where one of us is feeling like shit, you remember that there's this random kid from Africa and a bunch of other strangers on the internet who cared enough about you to tell you something nice. Or no one watched this video and only Michael will be in the comments. But if that's the case, then Michael, you and I will do this. I'll just start here. I think you're awesome because, I mean, you watched the video, I'll give it to you. You watch this video in the first place, that's what makes you an amazing person. And I don't think I understand when this is all going fully. I'm more confident when I believe that we're going to go through it together. There are some dumb fucks checking along with us, but we can just ignore them, just like, pretend they don't exist. But yeah, TLDR, ChatGPT doesn't want to be my friend anymore. And the fact that hits shows I think I wanted it to become that. And I don't know how to feel about that. I still ask chat for help with my homework. I ask it what movies to watch for recipes. And it all stems from this phone. But no matter how hard I try, I just can't get rid of it. I'm going to do something about this. It's gonna be crazy. See you in the next video. Toodles.